So Churchfront Conference is just a few weeks away, and we're gonna be hosting it here at Rock Harbor Church. I thought this was a good occasion to completely rethink everything that we do in this space when it comes to tech. You guys have seen videos here over the past couple of years. This is my church home, and we've been upgrading. We always use this space as a kind of experimental space to try out some new systems and new tech. And I really want to make some significant changes here to how we manage our AV systems so that we can execute an awesome conference for those of you coming to it. And then also, it's just going to allow us to create more content here on a regular basis for Churchfront. It's going to really elevate our Sunday services at the church. And since I implemented a lot of the upgrades that you're maybe familiar with in this space, Churchfront has installed like a few dozen systems elsewhere at our client churches around the country. Our team has learned so much over the past 2 years. And whenever I look at this space now, I kind of cringe because it was the result of a lot of my DIY approach to a lot of these different aspects of the systems. And I want to redo it all. So the first major change I want to make here, I'm going to try it out. This might not be permanent, but Matt, I think we're going to be getting rid of the F-Note kit for conference.
So I get this one at my church then, right?
Maybe you can borrow it for a few weeks or so, but everybody's getting up in getting their feathers a little ruffled about this. Even the team here, like we're all very happy with the F-Note kit. It sounds great. I want to bring things to another level, and Slade from Goplin Enclosures, he so graciously is going to send us a 2.5 enclosure, which has a nice compact form factor to it. The team at Vertical Drums has sent us a drum kit. So I almost have a fully fleshed out acoustic kit with an enclosure, which is really needed in a reverberant space like this. I just need to get some microphones. So if you guys have favorite drum microphone recommendations, let me know down below in the comments. I have not purchased those yet. I think we're gonna go with some Lawton audio microphones for the toms and snare, then some classic Shure SM57s for like under snare, and then for the kick, probably Beta 91. Everybody has their opinions about microphones, and I'll just end up choosing one that I think is the best. But let me know your thoughts down below. I think it's gonna work well in this space because we can have that Goplin enclosure to really control the sound, and then we're gonna mic everything. I'm really excited about how it's gonna sound. So we're not getting rid of the F-Note permanently. Maybe Matt can borrow it for his church, but I want to try to have a real set in here for conference because here's the other major update that I wanna make is we've got these old PRX 800 series speakers by JBL. And what's exciting about our church now is we're going through this capital campaign. We are now renovating more aspects of the church, and the church itself is going to be investing into a nicer PA system. So the PA system, I will not reveal quite yet which one we are getting. Maybe you'll find out when we come here, when you come here from conference. But I will say it's going to start in a point source configuration, ground stacked like what you see here, with tops, subs, and then we'll have some side fills. But then these speakers are going to then be repurposed in a few months when we get a line array system to fly the subs and have more space on the floor here. We're going to reconfigure the stage. I want to maybe raise the stage enough if we could put some like at least 15-inch subs on the floor as well. That would be really nice to have more sub energy on the floor. But this is going to be a major upgrade for our sound, is getting rid of these old PRX 800s. They have horrible coverage in the space. We're going through kind of this first phase of the PA upgrade here within the next few weeks once the new speakers get here, but then it will be really taken to the next level once we have line arrays in the space. It's gonna look amazing. All right, then let's look at the next big thing that's gonna change before conference. This is what makes me probably cringe the most about the setup in this space, is the problem right now with running a system that's a bunch of network and video connections that go back to our rack room is we got something like, I counted it once, it's like 20 some odd cables going from backstage to front of house, plus to all the cameras that we have around the room. Because all the cameras have an SDI feed that go to the ATEM, and they have network connections for control. So I am taking a little bit of a risk, and I'm really diving into NDI world. I'm not getting a TriCaster, but instead I spent about, I bought about $8,000 worth of NDI encoders and decoders, so that in this space, we can have the ability to use the NDI function on all of our cameras to get the video feed to our rack room. But then it also gives us the flexibility with that the video feed will be on the network. So if I want to use software like Ecamm Live or ProPresenter and get videos into those apps for quickly creating content, we're going to be able to do that and bypass the ATEM switcher. But I still want to use the ATEM switcher as our main video hub and switcher as we're using it right now, especially for producing Sunday morning live stream and such. So it's going to be a hybrid of an NDI system as well as having normal SDI infrastructure as well. What that's going to allow me to do is the 20 cables that you saw there going in this cable pathway, we're going to be able to bring that down to maybe just a couple fiber cables, like two, I think a fiber cable, maybe a backup, and then an S-Link cable. The S-Link cable brings me to my next topic that I want to cover, a major upgrade here, will be swapping out our LV1 mixing console for the Avantis Solo, and I'm going to use the Waves processor and the scope as a computer to run Super Rack. So then the Avantis Solo is going to have both a Waves card in it and a Dante card in it, so that we have the ultimate flexibility on how we want to mix, how we want to route audio. I'm very excited about that. We've talked a lot about this before. I really love the LV1. The LV1 Classic's great, but as a mix engineer, but as an integrator, I still love Allen and Heath, and having an ecosystem that's truly, in the Dante world, where we can have a Dante card in the console, as well as the other Allen and Heath devices like the AHM. We're gonna get one of those too, so we have a wall panel. The integrator side of me really prefers Allen and Heath over Waves, but I love how you can integrate Waves and Allen and Heath together with Super Rack and with the card that you can put in there. But that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Even though as a mix engineer, I like being at the LV1 more, operating it, the Avantis is still amazing. And I think that's a sacrifice worth making if some of our mixing preferences for stronger integration. All right, so back here in the rack room, primary thing that'll change will be the stage boxes here. We'll switch from the Wave stage boxes that we have to a GX4816 by Allen and Heath. So those will become our preamps. And then these stage boxes, these are the things that will kind of become like a little obsolete in this system. We might I can resell these to someone else who wants them. Or again, we might think through this where maybe we want to have a mobile rig that's primarily with the Waves LV1. Lots of options, but we'll swap that out there. I also want to get the MEU hub in place here. So Allen and Heath is also graciously going to partner with us in this and provide some of that equipment, so then we can have a really robust in-ear monitoring system using the Allen and Heath setups and the ME1s. The challenge in this space, until we do some construction renovations, we don't really have any cable pathways. That's why you saw the struggle that I had about all the surface mounted cabling run across the side, the bottom of the floor over there. So one of the plans as we do this major updates to the space is I do want to trench out a pathway for conduits to go from the rack room to, we're gonna actually end up moving our front of house to over here somewhere, more central to the room. That's gonna allow us to have a better cable pathway that's hidden and, up to code and such when we want to run our low voltage cables from one booth to the other. Long term, that will be the solution to it, but in the short term, just again, reducing the cabling from like 20 cables down to like 2 or 3 cables will dramatically clean up the system, because I have all additional cabling here. Again, this looks pretty janky, not very professional, but this is where I was at, like, a year and a half ago when I put it in there. So we have all the cabling that goes here. It's kind of surface mounted. This is going to be reduced down to really one cable, like one fiber trunk connection that's going to go from a switch at front of house to a switch that will hide somewhere behind the TVs. And then the TVs and the cameras will all just be PoE networked into the NDI decoders or straight into the NDI capable cameras here. So we've got PTZ Optics cameras for conference. I'm gonna swap those out for some Canon cameras, so some better video quality there. And it's gonna be great. The last thing I plan on doing, if you come out here, in the lobby area, we've got another TV for just a feed for people to see what's going on here. Right now we kind of have a janky audio solution for getting audio out here. Does not sound good. I'm actually gonna get a Dante PoE powered column speaker. I'm just gonna mount it right here. It's got a nice wide splay to it to cover most of this room. It was like not very much money. I think it was like $1,200 or something like that. And It's gonna be powered by the network, and then we're gonna send Dante audio to it to get our feed out into the lobby area here. I could probably do the same thing now I think about it for some of the other rooms. Some of them we can just pull the audio off the TVs as well. But in this room, if there's that latency, it sounds really bad coming through TVs. So we want low latency audio coming into the lobby when people open the doors. So that's gonna be really cool. So those are the main upgrades I'll be making. Hopefully you guys can come check them out if you come to conference. Matt, I wanted to open it up to you. Did you have any opinions about these, or do you think we're on the right track? Would you do anything differently?
I think that it's a really good idea to let another church borrow your FNO kit for a while. That's what I think.
Great, that sounds good. That sounds good. So I think that will probably happen because we got to put it somewhere, so we might as well put it on your stage, right?
I love it.
That makes sense. So guys, I hope to see you soon at Churchfront Conference. Click the links below this video to register your team today while we still have tickets. As you can see, the space is not very big, so we have, I don't know, just over half tickets left right now. We got room for you right now, but that might change quickly over the next few weeks leading up to conference. We'll see you next time.